Okay, I think we might be live now. Can you ladies hear me out there? If you can, send me like a quick message and say you hear me. Somebody. I want to make sure it's working. Anybody hear me? I think somebody sent something. Anybody? Anyone? Hello? Send a message. Any message? Comment? Something?
Like?
Yeah, anything? Anybody? I'm looking at my phone waiting for the notification. Okay, well, we're going to just cross our fingers. Yes! Thank you, Nikki! All right. Yay, okay, so we'll get started. Okay, I've already introduced myself to you guys, but I'll introduce myself to you guys as well. I'm Sarah. I'm the face with Sarah Marsh that you see, and I started in January. It's been a whirlwind. I was just telling these ladies here that basically I'm an accidental leader. I was not expecting this. So I'm getting a lot of messages. You guys are all listening now. Yay! Yay, okay. Uh-oh. I see and hear you from Sarah Ruiz. Okay. Tell her to turn her volume up. I can talk louder. Hopefully that helps. I'm getting, okay, I see and hear you. Yay! Okay. This is my first time doing live stream, so everybody bear with me, both you guys here and out there. So anyways, yeah, I'm accidental leader. There's growing pains as I try to figure out things and come up with, the best way to talk to all of you guys. We have a team that is spread all over. I mean, so many different states. So these are going to probably be the best meetings we can have, and as many local girls that can be here, great. And otherwise, I am excited to connect with all of you guys on here. So first thing I kind of wanted to go over is organization. Let me get my little notes out so I don't forget things. It's really important for us to be organized, because if you're going to give the best customer service that you can actually give, you need to be organized. I say this from experience because being an accidental leader, I was not organized at first. And I made many mistakes that came out of my own pocket because of my mistake. If I would have been organized from the get-go, I would probably have more money in my pocket right now. And so that's why it's really important to get yourself organized. Take a day and figure out what works best for you. For me, I have binders. I know it's old school, but you really need to get yourself some binders and print out what kinds of things that you, like if you do at-home parties, get things printed out, put them in a binder, and you can just take this with you everywhere you go. You can have it, if you have a big enough purse, you have a big enough purse, you could carry your binder, like, so then if people want to see samples or something, you have everything with you. I always like to have the comp plan printed out, because we're all trying to promote, and it's good to see what you need for your next step. I try to touch base with a lot of you guys at least once a month, just to kind of see where you're at and see what I can do for you, but since I can't be in contact with you guys every day, you'll want to make sure you have that in front of you and see your goal, and printing it out and being organized is the best way to do it. I also would recommend something I just recently stumbled upon, so I'm going to be posting this on the team page today. It's a little party tracker. Party tracker. Really cool stuff on here. I know it's kind of sometimes duplicating what you can look up, but I really think it'll be nice to have one place for all the information. There's going to be a place where you can put who asked for samples, who purchased, any consultant leads, any parties that you booked off of it, the prizes you gave and to who you gave it to. There's a place on here that you could track points, but I wouldn't really quite use that because it's going to be too full. So, but then you can have the hostess's information here. The reason why I think you should use this is then you have one place where everything is. You can put it in your binder and color code it, because, we can all find hostesses now all we want, but in 6 months, have you tapped out everything? Are you nervous you're not going to be able to do it again? Well, The benefit of getting the catalog to switch over every 6 months is you can redo a party with the hostess. So if you have this party tracker all filled out, you can quickly go back to like your color coding and be like, oh, this was an awesome party. I'm hitting this hostess up right now. Like, tell her the catalog's changed, we got new designs, let's do another party. If you don't have yourself organized to do that, you're going to be scrambling, trying to go through your workstation, figuring out who was the best party and who purchased off of that, things like that. This will be your best refresher of things. Best way to keep track. I have, excuse me, I'm still coughing, so it's the lingering sickness for me, but I have little tabs that I basically I put on for based on, ooh, here. Let me grab the door. Hold on. Hi. Hi, Kristen. Oh, our family. Oh. That's okay. We just kind of started a few minutes ago. Kristen's here, so everybody say hi to Kristen out there. Okay. Kristen, we were just talking about organization and this party tracker. I'm not going to go back over it because you can rewatch it on the link at home. So, and Kristen has a beautiful baby in arms. You just can't see her, but she's beautiful. So anyways, yeah, the party tracker I really, really highly recommend. Once I put it on the Team Yes page today, there's going to be like an Excel version of it or like this little version. The Excel is editable, so you could just type in things. You don't have to actually handwrite it if you don't want to. But I really am recommending that you use that so that way, when September 1st, when we get that new catalog out, you can have your parties booked and ready to go. That's kind of my little touch on organization. I don't want to go too deep into it because everybody's different in how they organize. Some people like me are a little bit more of a messy organizer, and some people are at my door right now. Okay. Carrie's here now, so okay. As I was saying, everybody's a little bit different on their organization, so you're going to need to figure out what works best for you and what helps you be the best that you can be. So that's kind of my touch on that. Just get organized, track things, and you'll be good to go. The next thing I really wanted to touch a lot on is what you should expect from your sponsor and what you should be doing as a sponsor. We've grown so fast in our team, and I don't want anybody to focus so much on getting new recruits, and then they ignore their new recruits, or they're not being what they should be doing to their people. So even if you're being a great sponsor, you need to be checking on your girls that you've sponsored already and make sure they're being a good sponsor as well. So kind of wanted to give you a little general what you should be expecting from your sponsor. Questions being answered. They're your first line of questions. So if you are, you just signed up, you have questions, go talk to your sponsor right away. I mean, yes, I'm always here for you guys, and don't ever think I'm saying don't come to me first for questions. That's not it. I just think that you need to have that good relationship with your sponsor. You signed up under them for a reason. You liked what they were doing. Go talk to them. They might want to tell you what they've done in a certain way that they like better than what I've done or what their sponsor has done or whatever. So always go to them for your questions. They're your mentor. They're the person that you want to share your goals with, and they're going to help you get there. Whether it be that they are just encouraging you or telling you what you need, helping you figure out what you need, whatever, they're going to be there to help you figure it out. They're also your first person that's going to applaud you for when you get a promotion or when you hit a fast start. That's normal to expect from them. Communication, that's a big one. I know it's sometimes hard as a sponsor and as other, it's a two-way street. Sometimes hard as a sponsor to send a message without feeling like you're nagging or bugging. And it's hard as the recruit to not feel nagged or bugged sometimes. So you just have to find the right balance. Everybody's different on how much connection they want, but let that person dictate. Let your recruit dictate how much you talk. If they're like, hey, dude, like, I'm good, like, you know, don't check in every day. Don't check in every week if they feel like, hey, I'm good for a while, Just keep the communication lines open. And if you're the recruit and you want your person to back off, just say, hey, look, I'm good. Check in with me in 2 weeks. If you're upfront and honest, you're going to get them off your back. If you want them to check in more, be like, hey, can you check on me tomorrow? I really could use some extra support. Honesty and upfront without being like crazy rude or anything, that's the best way to do it. A big thing is discussing frustrations. I know we're all going to have frustrations. We're all going to have those parties. We were just talking about it earlier that are duds. I mean, you get no sales or no participation. Completely normal. And the thing is, if we spend all of our time venting our frustrations on like our team page, we're going to focus on this negativity rather than focusing on what we can do to fix it. Or, we might know, let's say we had a bad week last week, but all our other weeks were good, but we, are venting about the bad week we just had. These new recruits that just signed up the day before, they don't understand that, oh, the week before I just had a $500 party. They don't know that about you, and they're going to focus on, okay, like, did I just sign up for something that I shouldn't have? Like, they're all focusing on how bad this party was. So, be careful what you're venting, because while all of us might understand where you're coming from, not everybody does. It depends on when they signed up. And we need to understand that we need to complain up and praise down, meaning if you have some frustrations or complaints, your sponsor is there for you. Send them a quick message and be like, I can't believe this hostess is driving me nuts, or whatever it is. Complain to them. They're there for your sounding board. And then when it comes to praising, praise down. Praise those people that are on your team. Like, tell them how great they're doing, because you're making money off of them. So you need to tell them that you're thankful for them and that you appreciate what they're doing. So I would really highly recommend not discussing frustrations down. It's supposed to be broadcasting. I'm being told I'm being seen. Hopefully it's working. Hopefully still, still says broadcasting. Okay, we'll just keep going with it. I know. So yeah, when it comes to the complaints and frustrations, don't think that I'm saying don't talk about them, because that's far from what I'm saying. We need to sometimes get that frustration out. Just be careful of where you're going to with that frustration, or that down feeling. If you need to get pumped up, hey, put it out there. We're all here for you. If you need help with brainstorming, your sponsor is like your first line, because some sponsors, well, let me start this over. We are our own bosses, okay? We are running our own businesses. Everybody has a different way of wanting to run their team. Some people might say, hey, never send a sample, and then that recruit can either listen or not listen. Everybody has their own different way of doing things that they want to tell their recruits is a successful way to do it. So when I tell you something that I do, I'm not saying it's gold and that you all need to do it. This is what's working for me. And when you go to your sponsor for brainstorming, you're going to get your sponsor's take on it. And, if you don't like it, that's fine. If you like it, great. But, don't look at them as being your end-all, be-all, but don't also look at them as being, oh, they don't know what they're doing. You just have to understand that brainstorming is just getting ideas from different people. But feel free to go to your sponsor first, get some ideas from them, and you can gather more ideas from the team page or from me or anybody else in the team. Another thing you should expect from your sponsor is that they actually believe in you. So sponsors, show that you believe in them. It goes both ways. A couple things that I want to make sure people know that you should not be expecting from your sponsor. Party leads. Now, if you just hosted a party and you got bookings off of it, yeah, I expect pretty much everybody on my team to give you the leads from your own party that you just hosted. But it is not a requirement. It is just more of a courtesy, and I think it's something that everybody should hopefully be doing, but it's not expected. And if you are, let's say, a month in and you don't have parties, don't be going to your sponsor asking for parties. Don't be going to your sponsor expecting them to give you stuff. That doesn't work that way. Same thing with new consultants, new consultant leads. They're not going to give away the business. They're not going to give you everything. I don't want people to just assume that if you're not getting a recruit that your sponsor is going to just jump in and give you a recruit. This doesn't work that way. You have to, it's your business. You have to earn it. 24-hour availability. Please don't expect your sponsor to be available 24 hours because I can guarantee none of you guys are available 24 hours. So it's the same thing. Don't expect that from them. In my opinion, family always comes first, which is why I said bring your kids. Like, family comes first. I am, a big believer in that. We all joined this to help our family, not to ignore our family. So please understand that. And family always comes first. You're not available 24 hours. Nobody needs to be. Contests, incentives, those are all just additional perks. Don't expect your sponsor to be doing that for you. If they do it, great, but don't expect it. What your sponsor expects from you is just to give the best that you can. Communicate with them. Tell them when they're bugging you. Tell them when they're, when you need a little more from them. We don't know each other, a lot of you. I happen to know you guys from high school, but I didn't know any of you guys before, and so I don't know what your personalities are and what you necessarily do better and respond to. Same thing goes with your direct sponsors. They don't know you personally most of the time, so you need to be honest with what you need from them so that they can be the best sponsor that they can. Basically, I think a lot of what I've said is common sense, but sometimes we need the reminder of what to do with our recruits. So, couple just main things to remember: touch base with your recruits once you sign them up. You should be checking in, especially at the very beginning. Every couple of days, maybe every week. I don't know if you guys have noticed on the comp plan, but there's a fast start bonus. Have you guys all noticed that? Do you understand the fast start bonus on that? Okay, the fast start bonus is basically when you have a recruit sign up under you, you get 5% extra what they sell while they're in their fast start. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you. Yeah, in that period. Once they're out of their fast start period, you go back to just earning the whatever 7, 10, 12%. But you get that extra 5% while they're in their fast start for a reason, because you are spending more time with them, getting them up and going. This is Jamboree's way of paying you overtime. They're paying you to be in contact with them and spend that extra time. So, work for it. It's fun to get that extra 5%, but do your work for it because, like I said, they're making you money. So if you ignore them or don't help them get started, you're just taking money out of your own pocket. So really, really important to understand that and, get some more money in your pocket for your families. Does anybody have any questions on being a sponsor, different ideas they need, or anything like that? All the babies we have here. So fun. We have a lot of babies here. You just can't tell, but a lot of little ones. If you guys out there in the virtual world have any questions, I'm hoping that at 9:24 I did say here that we are not seeing anything. Can? Okay. All right. All right. We're just going to keep hoping that it's still there. If any of you guys though out there have any questions as I'm talking, I didn't say this at the beginning, but please just send me a private message on Facebook because I'm checking those as I go so I can answer any questions from you guys. If you're watching the playback, I won't be answering the questions. So it's only for you live viewers. Anybody here have any questions on sponsors, on ideas or anything? The 5% is that while they're in their fast start or while they're in their fast start? Yeah, it's just extra. So until they're out of their fast start, it's like you just ended your fast start last time. So I'm really glad. So yeah, I was making an extra 5% on her for that whole time. So that's another reason why you want to keep growing your team. You're going to get that extra 5%. And so it was like anything she was selling, I was making 17% off of. And then because I hit executive, I made an additional 4% off of. I was making 21% off of what she sold. I mean, that's why I say like January is amazing. You just grow your team, and the money is there. You just have to get your team growing. You can't sustain an income on this, a big income on this, by just doing all the work yourself. I mean, you can make some money, but you're going to get burnt out and tired. So grow your team. This is a great, great, great business, and really important for you to do that. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, the last kind of big topic, is bookings and filling your calendar. We talked about how important recruits are and a team are. Bookings are another huge, huge thing. If you don't have a full calendar, you're not going to make what you need to get your promotions. Look at your calendar and say, I want 2 parties a week. I want 3 parties a week. I want 4 parties a week. Whatever your number is that fits into your lifestyle and your family needs. Figure that out. Look at your calendar and get it there. Getting it there sounds like, okay, how am I going to get it there? Well, getting it there means you just have to do some work. You got to hit up your friends, hit up your family, whatever it is, to start somewhere. I had to do that up front too. I had to hit up my friends and family and get parties booked. But once you get started with them, you're not going to be constantly hitting up your friends and family. I haven't hit up a friend or family member to host a party since February, and I started in January. So it's all been from the outer circle of just getting a party and getting a bunch of bookings off of that. So you really just need to focus on getting your calendar booked. Don't focus on getting, a promotion up, because you might get like 1 or 2 sales on your Facebook page. Hey, that's great and all, but that's not going to get you consultant leads or recruit leads. It's not going to get you more party bookings necessarily. It's just going to get you the extra little perks here and there. So focus on your calendar and getting it booked. Like I said, talk to friends and family. Go back into old parties. I know for Carrie, she really needed to hit a certain dollar amount to be able to get some commissions last month, and I was like, go to your old parties, put a post up, and see if you can get some. And within I don't know. Yeah, in a matter of minutes. So if you didn't hear her, she said she sent 3 messages, and in a matter of minutes, she had 2 parties booked. So it's just a matter of taking that step, and I call it party hunting. Go hunting for a party. You're not going to get a party booked by sitting back going, oh, I want to have 2 parties a week, but no parties are here. It's not going to do any good. Go out there and get them. Like, if I'm doing a party and I have no party bookings off of it, and it's like kind of surprising, I make sure I get 2 party bookings off of it. If I have to, I'll put an incentive. Hey, anybody who books a party in June from this party gets an extra half sheet. But I don't give it up front, by the way. If I ever do that, only give that incentive once the party is closed, because some of them will take it and run. So, say you get the half sheet once the party is closed. Remember that. Don't want you guys wasting money. So, really make it a priority to get the parties booked. I really wanted to push the limits of it with party bookings. So I am going to be doing an incentive. You can just take one and pass it around. We are going to be doing a booking bonanza. Okay, really crazy. I know. Hold on to your seats, guys. Is that enough? No. 1 more? 2 more? 2 more. Okay. I'm going to be putting this on the Team Yes page as soon as we're done here as well. But for right now, I wanted to go over it with everybody. We are going to make this week a booking bonanza. We're going to really work hard to book up our June and our July. If you're already booked for June and July, then work on booking August. Or September, whatever. It's a booking challenge that's going to start today, and it's going to go till next Saturday. Basically, what we're going to be doing here is trying to book new parties, and for each party that you book that's new, your hostess and yourself both will be entered into a raffle for a $25 gift card. There's going to be 2 hostesses and 2 consultants. The consultant of the hostesses that win are the winning consultants, okay? So 2 raffles for $25 gift cards Basically, there's $100 in gift cards going out there. $50 for hostesses, $50 for consultants. Am I explaining this well? It's probably a little early, so.
Basically, you put the hostesses into a raffle, and whoever their consultant is
also wins the same prize. There you go. The consultants, basically, I'm going to have a code. I will give the consultant the winning code once they win. I will give the hostess the winning code once the party is complete. So the same thing. We don't waste anything. They have to actually do the party. So what I've got on here on this page I just handed out is just kind of some tips on getting this booking bonanza off on a good start. Asking. If you don't ask, you're not going to get it. So like I said just a few minutes ago, send out messages, make some phone calls, whatever it may be, put a post up on an old party. Get the asking going, and you're going to get some no's and you're going to get some yeses, and that's the way to do it. Just take the no's as they come. Stop negative thinking and deciding for your friends and family and customers. So many times people are like, oh, they don't want the party because they really like going to the nail salon, or oh, I don't think they'll host a party because they just don't have any time right now. Don't think what they're going to say. Just ask them. Let them decide for themselves. And you guys all know that it's actually pretty easy for a hostess. I mean, all they have to do is play games online when they get a chance. Like, it's not that difficult to do to be a hostess. So let them decide for themselves. If you have to give them an incentive, you know, I had one hostess, I had a friend of mine that I knew if I got her to do a party, it was going to be huge. I knew it was going to be huge if I could just get her to do the party. And I didn't even know her overly well. It's just one of those social media, I knew her from there kind of thing. But I'm like, I know if I can get her, a little bit. So I had a play date. Come bring your kids over. Let's have a play date. And then while the kids were playing, I said, hey, let's put some nails on. And I showed her, put the nails on. And before she left, I'm like, aren't they so easy? You know, don't you love the product? You need to have a party. Like, your party would be awesome. Let's start it tomorrow. Like, it was like that quick that you could do it. And she did it. Her party was like $600 and something, 8 party bookings off of it. Like, so focus in on somebody and figure out your attack. You don't need to pressure. I never once pressured her. Like, yes, I had a motive. I'll admit, I had my motive, but I wasn't like, you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Are you gonna do this for me? I really need you to do this for me. It was no guilt. It was just, hey, look, I know you'd get some free stuff out of it, so let's just do this. And it was huge. It really was the best half sheet I ever sent. Make phone calls. I know I'm kind of guilty of this. I don't make as many phone calls as I should. I have 4 kids. It gets too loud, so I can't. So when I say make phone calls, use your judgment. If you have screaming kids, send the messages. It's okay. But, you know, if the kids are sleeping, make a phone call. It's a personal connection. People do better. Following up. If somebody says, oh, maybe, let me check my calendar, say, okay, great. You know, check your calendar. I'll get back to you tomorrow. And then follow up tomorrow. Don't just ignore them and be like, I don't want to bug them. No. Tell them when you will follow up and then actually do that. If you just say, oh, yeah, I'll check in with you later, it's open-ended, and then you're going to seem like you're bugging them if you contact them the next day. But if you're upfront and honest right from the start and just be like, I'll talk to you tomorrow then they know it's expected. And if they don't want you to bug them tomorrow, they'll be like, you know, oh, wait, I'll check my calendar, you know, that kind of stuff. So give them a date that you're going to check in with them again. Adjusting your scripts to your personal needs, kind of like what I just said with the play date. I adjusted kind of how I was going to ask for a party because I knew how that particular person would respond to me. Just if I would have just sent her a personal message, I don't know if I would have gotten a party. I really think that that particular person needed to try them and see how easy they were to put on while all the kids were playing. So just keep that in mind. Adjust as need be for the person. The next thing I was going to say is I'm giving you an excuse to call people and tell people. Because there is a hostess raffle, you can tell them there is a hostess raffle and say, hey, look, this is to help you out. You might get a $25 gift card. Telling them that gives you a reason to call them. It's not just a, here, I'm trying to bug you, you know. I'm giving you a reason. Yes. Depending on how many new hostesses, we might do the wheel, or it might just be a regular raffle that way. Either way, I'm going to post a video of it, a YouTube video of it, so that you can share it with your hostesses, so they know that there really was a raffle done. Be competitive. It's okay to be competitive on this as long as we're all friendly competition. Set a goal. Like I said, tell yourself how many actual bookings you want for the month or for each week. Set a goal and fill it. Like, do it. You can do this. Be willing to offer months further out if June and July are already booked for you or if it doesn't work for them. And keep track of who you ask. It's another one of those organization things. Keep track of it. Write down oh, I'm planning my wedding right now, but can you contact me in August? Okay, sure, sounds good.
Keep doing like 2 weeks. Like, I really don't have time right now. I'm like, okay, well,
yeah. You don't want to be having a party and the hostess goes into labor. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good excuse.
But I knew, I kind of had a feeling she'd want to have a party. And she will.
Yeah. That's it. Well, it's like even Kristen signed up to be a consultant, like ready to pop. Like you were 37 weeks, I think, when you signed up. 36. Okay. So even as a consultant, she had to kind of be careful not to have a party going while she was in labor. So yeah, and you had a C-section. Yeah. So she had a little bit of planning, a little bit, but still, that kind of stuff is understandable. So you can't bug people that are having babies or getting married. So, so here's the rules, just so you guys all know for this booking bonanza. Only new bookings count. So I'm sorry if you just got a party yesterday.
If we have a requested one,
that will count because it's not on the book. If you don't have a date yet, what Carrie just asked is what if we have a requested party but no booked date yet? It will count. Just get the actual date. I'm going to be opening up a little open file in the team page that is editable. And what I'm going to have you guys do is when you book a party, is you can kind of see it down here on the page. I just handed out. I want you to put the name of the hostess. On this example, I didn't put the last name, but we should probably put the last name too, first and last name. The date that the party is set for, what kind of party, Facebook party or home party, and then your name as the consultant. So that way we can track it, and so that it'll just make a long tally list, and then I can print that out and just cut that into my raffle sheet. So you're helping me stay efficient and organized. I don't want to miss anybody. So like I said, it has to be a new booking, a new party. It can be a live party, in person, online. It can be a catalog party. It could be a fundraiser. Events, I'm going to allow one new event to count per month. I don't want to let too many events count because you're paying for those, and I don't want somebody to abuse that and go, register for like 10 things, and you know what I'm saying? So one new event will count per month. Questions about that stuff? Anybody have any questions on how this little booking bonanza is going to work? Everybody get it? Okay. What I've done on the back here for you guys is I've put some sample scripts that you can use, and you guys will see this when I post it on the team page. Some sample scripts. One is if you call somebody, one is if you're sending a Facebook message to somebody, and one is if you're just posting on like a prior party. So those are just some ideas. Don't feel like you have to actually copy and paste my script, but they're there if you just don't know how to word this. They're just some examples for you. So other than that, that's pretty much all I wanted to kind of share. So what's that? Well, see, and that's why, because sometimes it's hard for people to figure out what words they want to use. So if you ever, I know, right? I use it all the time.
I kind of do too.
I do. I'm like, all of a sudden I turn into like, some slang I never really actually say, but I totally do in my messages. So
they need to be booked by Saturday.
Correct. You have basically from today when you leave here or when you turn off your computer here, from today until Saturday evening. So Saturday evening, because next week is Father's Day, I will not be doing a shout-out Sunday. I'll be doing shout-out Saturday. So that's when I'm going to do the raffle for the hostesses. That's when this will be done. It will be sometime in the evening, so just book your parties in the morning. I don't know exactly what time. It depends on my kids' family always comes first, like I said. So that's why I say it just depends on my kids and what the day is going. So it'll be sometime in the afternoon, probably around their nap time. So like 1 p.m. California time. So anybody have any questions? Whether it be, I should check and see at this point. Christy asked, is the bonus for 90 days or just while they're in their fast start? What if they do not complete the fast start? Do you still earn the bonus? It is for not necessarily the 90 days because technically it depends on when they start. It could be more than 90 days. 90 days would be the minimum because you get 3 full months. But then if you start like on June 1st versus June 30th, that makes a difference. So, but yeah, it's the full fast start period that they are in, whether or not they hit their fast start goals or not. So it does not matter, Christy, if they hit their fast start. You just get that extra percentage while they're in their fast start. Amy's so sweet. Still can hear you and see you. You're doing great. Thank you. Quick question: if we triple fast start, should our sponsors still get 5% if they're in for their? Yes. Taryn asked if we triple fast start before the fast start is over, do we still get the 5%? Yes. The answer is yes. Like I said, I was earning it on Erin, and she triple fast started February, March.
Well,
March, yeah.
Because it's early.
I still earned. Well, she just completed all 3 of her fast starts, like 3 or 4 weeks right after. Yeah, you just completed yours.
5 weeks or whatever it is.
You still get the 90 days of the bonus.
I'm like, wait, what?
That's why technically she was still in her fast start period, but she wasn't going for any fast starts. She just already reached them. So yeah, it doesn't matter if they triple fast started. You're still going to get that 5% of what they sold. That is from somebody not asking the question. Okay, I think I answered all the questions that I see here. If you guys have any more questions that I can answer right here live, let me know like in the next like 30 seconds. Does anybody have any questions here about anything, even if it's not related to anything that I've even touched upon? If you have just a regular general question about anything, anybody? Oh, last call. Oh, let's see. Nope, that's good. My Norwex girl. Sorry. Okay, then I think I'm going to go ahead and call it unless there's anybody has any questions, and we'll just go ahead and do the thing on Saturday next week and have a fun week booking. I really think you guys can do those big bookings. So thanks, guys, for being here, and if you're watching the playback, hi. All right.